Hey everybody, welcome back to Reach and Reverie. On our last video that I uploaded, I shared with you guys Mary's story about how she had some kind of respiratory illness, some kind of sinus infection, and how we went about treating that. Well, it is now about a week to a week and a half after I shot that video, and I wanted to give you guys an update on how our girl Mary is doing. During our last video, I showed you guys the symptoms that Mary was having. She had a little bit of swelling above her eye, some conjunctivitis. She was lethargic, puffing up, and she had no appetite. She also had a dramatic reduction in her egg production. Now, she has done a full 180 recovery. She is back to the old Mary that we know and love, and I couldn't be happier that she is living her best life and feeling really good today. I want to say a huge thank you to Cog Hill Family Farm. I've been following their channel for quite some time now, and I love the content that they've been sharing with us. When I stumbled across their video that they posted recently, and I'll put a link to that video below, it gave me the confidence to treat our chicken because we don't have an avian specialist vet, a poultry vet, somebody who treats chickens anywhere in our area. So I've known for quite some time now that if we want to help our girls when they're sick, it really comes down a lot on us and us treating them ourselves. So when I found LA200, I was a little nervous. That's intimidating to get a syringe, get a shot, and give a chicken a shot for medicine. That's really intimidating. But seeing Cog Hill Family Farm, seeing them post that video on how they treated their turkey with the respiratory issue, that gave me so much confidence, and it eased me a little bit that normal people out there with their livestock are treating them and helping them get better, and it was really cool to see somebody else going through that with us, and thank you guys so much for sharing that. And I do always recommend people to seek out a vet advice before you do something like treating your chicken yourself. We just don't have access to one in our area, so I rely largely on medical textbooks on chicken health. I rely largely on seeing other chicken experts doing things that have worked for them in the past for similar issues. I also rely heavily on reaching out locally in our area, people who have had chickens for years, and see what do they do to help with their animals when they're in need. Now let's take a look at Miss Mary. How is Mary doing? This is Miss Molly. She is a sister to Mary. They look so similar. This is Miss Mary, and she is molting a little bit right now, so she's losing some of her feathers and she looks just a little funny. But she is doing so much better. She's drinking water, she's eating normally, she doesn't fluff up anymore, and she is back and integrated into the flock like a normal chicken. I'm gonna give the girls some treats. Oh, they know it. They already know it. When they see this red solo cup, they know that they're about to get some good protein. Look at Miss Mary eating from that feeder over there with a little baffle on it. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Come on. Let's go. Good girls. Let's see. We got everybody. All right, everybody's here. Everybody's got a fair shot at some grubblies. I like to give them grubblies a lot this time of year because as we change seasons, this is the time of year where our chickens are going to start to molt. You can see Miss Myrtle. She's going through a heavy molt right now. She's losing a large percentage of her feathers and growing new ones. So that takes a lot of protein, and so I'm going to try to support her and the rest of the girls who are molting and give them some extra protein so that they have that opportunity to grow some new feathers with the least amount of effort on their bodies. All right, girls. Just gonna sprinkle these everywhere. You want to spread them out pretty far because they will try to fight over them if you put them all just in one little spot. You can see Miss Mary. She is eating. She's right there, that first amber link right there. She's eating like normal, she's active, and I could not be happier. Oh my gosh. Yasha and Dua have a little feud going on lately. Yasha, you see Myrtle was above Yasha, so she chased Ariel. and then Myrtle got Yasha back. You can really see the pecking order during food time as they eat their food. She's really keeping all the little girls away from it. Yasha, you're not going to eat as much if you're fighting. So this looks pretty scary, but this is Myrtle, and this is a completely normal, healthy process that chickens go through every year once they're adults. And what they do is they release a lot of their old feathers, a large portion of their old feathers on their body, and they grow new feathers for the next year. And you can see all of her little pin feathers on her shoulders where she has those like bald spots. Those pin feathers are the new feathers that are coming in that are going to replace the old ones. And not every chicken molts at the same time. We have 6 different breeds here on our little backyard homestead, and each chicken, you know, they kind of start at their own pace and shed at their own rate. Like little Dua here, she's been molting the longest, but she's not molting very fast. So she has a couple little bald spots on her, but she's growing in her feathers pretty evenly as she's releasing them. And then you have a bird like Myrtle, and she decided to molt really hard. She's losing a lot of her feathers all at the same time. You can see those fresh pin feathers right there. You have a little grubbly on your back. You'll find it later. Someone will find it. And then you have Yasha, and she's molting pretty bad. She lost all of her tail feathers at the same time, and she's losing a lot of her down feathers on her tummy and some of those feathers on her face. But you're doing pretty good. You're not doing as bad as Myrtle. And as they drop these feathers, I am collecting them as fast as I can see them. I only collect the clean looking feathers, and then I'll disinfect them and use them in craft projects. Like I want to make a wreath for our front door. I think I might do some dream catchers as well. And look at you, Mary. You're starting to molt pretty hard too. Yes, Miss Mary. I'm happy you're doing better. I'm so happy you're doing better. Yeah. You're looking so much better today. She's doing good. You're doing good too, Dua, huh? So you're always good. You're a pretty hardy little chicken. And you can see right here we have Ariel and Myrtle. They're the same breed. They're both Rhode Island Reds, and Ariel has not started molting at all yet, and Myrtle is pretty good portion of her molting's already done. She just has to regrow those feathers. Hey, don't pick at feathers. That's not nice. I love this. Mary and Odette are our 2 chickens who do this. They like to stand in the water on a warm day and get their feet wet. It does mean I have to change this water out a lot. I probably refill this water on a good day. I'll refill it once a day and clean it out. Sometimes I'm doing it 3 or 4 times a day when they step in mud and then step in the water, having to refill it. But it's cute. They like to cool their bodies down by stepping in that cool water. Chickens molting is a completely natural process that every adult chicken goes through annually. They shed all of those old feathers and they grow a whole set of new ones for the next year. You need to support your chicken as it's going through this molt because it can lower their immune system just a little bit. One way to support your chicken is by providing extra protein during this time. Did you know that feathers are almost completely protein? Yeah, there's some other stuff in there too, but chicken feathers are made out of protein. So as they're losing a lot of feathers and they're having to regrow a lot of feathers, they're spending a lot of energy putting protein into those new feather development. So one way that you can support your chickens is really easy. Give them some extra protein in their diet. You can give them bugs like soldier fly larvae, or you could give them, one of their favorite treats is little dried minnows, which is like whole fish, which is amazing for them. You can also change their diet. Whenever you change a chicken's diet or any animal or even your own diet, you want to do so gradually over time so that you don't upset their digestion. What we did is we slowly blended in a new type of chicken feed to kind of support our chickens during this molting season. We did have them on a layer pellet that had extra omegas in it, omega-3, so that their eggs would be more nutritious for us as we eat them. They'd be richer in omegas. But since their egg production is going down during the molting season, we didn't really feel like that was necessary for this season. So we've switched our girls to a diet that mimics that of a free-ranging chicken. Yes, our girls do kind of free range a little bit, but our backyard is so small, it's not that big of a space that they can actually get a lot of their diet off of free ranging. The majority of their diet is off of their layer pellets. So this new feed that mimics free-ranging chickens has extra insect protein in it and different grains that a wild chicken would find in the wild. So it's gonna help support them during this season so that they can get through that molt happy and healthy. We also like to give our girls extra protein in the way of cans of fresh tuna, or you can even give them some dried cat food mixed in with their chicken scratch. Sometimes we'll even cook a little bit of extra for the girls. So say we're barbecuing and we make some burgers. We might leave one patty that we can split with the dogs and give the rest crumbled up to the chickens. That's extra protein right there. And let me tell you, chickens like burgers. You can also support their immune system by adding things like apple cider vinegar to their water. When you do apple cider vinegar, make sure you put it in a plastic container or a ceramic container because it can react with some metals, making it not safe for chickens. Apple cider vinegar is really good at aiding in their digestion and boosting their immune system. A little bit goes a long way. I usually just add a splash to something like this bucket of water that I do, and I add just a couple tablespoons to a 5-gallon water. You can also add vitamins and minerals and probiotics to their chicken water as well. That way you're supporting your chicken and they're getting all of the nutrients and micronutrients that they need to be happy and healthy. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like it and subscribe to our channel to see more content just like this.